Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
.902, good morning to all of you. It is man, I'm loud today. It's a Tuesday morning right here in the heart of the Riverbend, and we got a good show. We're going to be talking to the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council in, just a few short minutes. And I really enjoy those segments where we get to learn more about area businesses and their business owners and learn really just how important the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council is. You can learn more at NAGBC.com. Coming up today also, we're going to be talking to Laura with Flock, and we're going to get the latest on the food truck park, see how the the 2024 season's been so far, plus their plans going further down the summer. They have music on Friday nights, a great atmosphere, and Laura's going to join us and fill us in. Then at 10:35, we're talking to Russ Colona and getting the latest on all of the racing events that are going to be taking place for you and your family to enjoy with the Alton Road Runners and all of the fun events throughout the summer. All that comes down the pipeline today in the next 2 hours. You want to be a part of the show today, you can by giving this number a ring, 618-759-7469. That's 618-759-7469. But we are getting some, I can feel it. Before we do news and we start the show today, this weather has been weird. We thought it got really humid, then the wind came yesterday. I thought, here comes our storm. We didn't get it. I have some hope for today. I think we're going to get some rain. And it's just throwing my sinuses all into a bind here. So let's see if my voice holds for the next hour and a half, and let's see if we can stay out of trouble. At 9:04, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you sign up for SMS notifications, or for millennials, that means text messaging. You can text capital R, capital B to 618-202-4618. That's RB to 618-202-4618, and we'll alert you on breaking news, weather, closings, cancellations, sports scores, and a heck of a lot more. We'll take you to Bethalto first on this Tuesday morning. The Bethalto Fire and Police departments responded to a deadly crash at the intersection of East Airline and Butcher Road Sunday night around 8:20 p.m. Drew Abernathy, 18 years of age, of Bethalto, was found deceased at the scene. Investigations revealed that his vehicle, a red Dodge Avenger, was traveling at a high speed southbound on East Airline when it struck an embankment, causing it to become airborne and land approximately 100 feet from the intersection. The Madison County Coroner's Office has joined the ongoing investigation to determine further details about this tragic incident. Also in the news in Wood River, Edward L. Mincy, of 41 years of age, of Wood River, has been charged with domestic battery, possession of methamphetamine, and violating an order of protection. On May the 8th, officers responded to a report of, quote, an unwanted subject, end quote, at a Wood River residence and found that Mincy had allegedly struck a family member in a violation of an active order of protection. After arresting him, officers discovered less than 5 grams of methamphetamine in his possession. Mincy, who has a prior domestic battery conviction from earlier this year, faces multiple felonies and remains in jail awaiting his court appearance. Also in the news today, out of Collinsville, a Collinsville man has been charged with battery and vehicle theft after allegedly stealing a Jeep and dragging its owner along the ground for over 100 feet. Here's the latest. James M. Long, 34, faces charges of aggravated battery and motor vehicle offenses. On the 1st of May, Long reportedly entered a Jeep Commander without permission and was later located driving the stolen vehicle. Law enforcement identified Long through an investigation. The victim sustained injuries requiring hospital transportation after being drugged. Long's case was presented by the Metro East Auto Theft Division, and he remains in custody pending his initial court appearance. Jersey Community High School is celebrating their second semester honor roll achievements. The community high school has released the full list of students who achieved high honor roll and honor roll status respectively for the second semester of the 2023-24 academic year. The students recognized from seniors all the way down to 8th graders showcased a widespread of dedication to their academic excellence. For a full list and recap of the honor roll students, it's available at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, several park upgrades are on the way in Wood River after the City Council quickly and unanimously passed improvement requests for Emmerich Sports Complex and Belk Park Golf Course on Monday. Dwiggins Field and Emmerich Sports Complex will receive new fencing, a backstop, knee wall, and dugouts. AALCO Manufacturing, doing business as SportsCon, was awarded $69,000 and $58,000 respectively in bids for the fencing and backstop, respectively, while Tardis Structures LLC secured a $45,600 bid request for the dugouts. Additionally, the Belk Park Golf Course will undergo roto milling and resurfacing of cart paths. Funds permitting, priority will be given to the most critical areas. At 9:08, let's take a quick look at your weather today. It's 73 degrees. It feels like Miami in the 618. Real feel, right? Actually, I'm lying to you. Real feel's right at 74 degrees. How about that? Haven't been outside of the studio in an hour, and it's starting to show. Today, clouds and breaks of sun. It won't be as warm, but it will be humid with a thunderstorm. Tonight, it will become cloudy with a couple of heavy thunderstorms. Humid, there can even be some damaging winds, hail, and possibly an isolated tornado is what the weather desk is sending us today. Currently right now, humidity at 90%. I knew it was muggy out there. The dew point at 70, and visibility, Brian Trust, 9 miles. For it's what it says. Temperatures reach 79 degrees today, drop down to 70 overnight. There is an 82% chance that we will see a thunderstorm today. On Wednesday, the 5th of June, a high of 82, a low of 64, a 40% chance of more thunderstorms. On Thursday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 80, a low of 60. On Friday, sunny skies, no clouds there, a high of 78, a low of 60 degrees. And as we head into Saturday, the 8th day of June, a high of 79, a low of 61. And for time and temperature throughout the day, give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home by calling 618-946-7336. Before we take a quick pause and look at the sky cam today, I did want to briefly mention just here on the weather report that the tree levels are a little bit moderate today, but grass index is really high. So if you're outside today and are already having some breathing issues and maybe just some junk and crud building up, grass is high out there. Mold is low, ragweed is inexistent, and tree is at a moderate level for all of you that are battling the seasonal stuff that we all just love going through. Currently, as it sits, it's 73 degrees at 9:10. And before we take a look at Skycam, let me fill you in. Hold on here. On Centerstone, if you're looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery, a life free from addiction's possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone's a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages, and with a commitment to delivering care that really changes people's lives, their dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment program. So that means the recovery care plan is developed for you, and it's based on the latest science. You know, there's so many unknowns on the road to recovery, but one thing you can know for sure is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anybody. I mean, we're in 2024. We know of few people ourselves that are going through this. But the good thing is, so can recovery. Recovery can happen to anybody at any time. So why don't you start working on your recovery today by visiting recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or you could always call 1-877-HOPE. 123. You can also join the clinical director of Centerstone and myself tomorrow morning at 9:20 as we tackle those very important topics. Before we take a quick break, always good to see how downtown Alton's looking on a Tuesday morning before the, storm comes in and all that fun stuff. But remember to get your tickets to see this guy at the Alton Amphitheater in just a few short months. We'll be right back. Daily Show hits you on a Tuesday next.
But they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. Wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit. Give myself 5.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
If I had 2 dozen roses and an old bottle of wine, if I really could have hung the moon, would it change your mind? If I could cry.
Welcome back, 9:15. A little bit of change on this Tuesday morning. Real quick while I have you. As always, we got to thank some people for keeping me in a job because, CJ needs to pay his bills. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit tougher out there on the streets for a guy that uses a whole lot of hairspray. And one of our newest supporters of the show is Village Dispensary. And, well, you just got to head on over to Village, where quality cannabis and friendly faces await you. They've got everything from vapes to flower, topicals, tinctures, edibles, concentrates, and accessories. And if you don't know what any of that means, Stop on in. They got an education center where you can sit down out of the way, learn a little bit more about the products available, what they do, and how you can, join in on the fun. You'll feel like you're in your own Weedtopia. How about that? Their inventory bigger than Cheech and Chong's stash, and, from all of the amenities, from the Aero Pro to their wonderful, little gummies, edibles, there's so much there for you to really enjoy. And then the friendly staff will have you in and out faster than you can say up and smoke. Listen, locally owned, community focused, and union built, Village Dispensary believes in quality and, of course, good times, maybe even fast times at a certain high school. Check out villagedispo.com. You can see their fantastic selection and hang out with me this Saturday when I'll be live at Village Dispensary for their grand opening celebration. This is going to be a fun one. They have 25% off Aero Pro. They got all these cultivators, vendors, music. It's a party. And everyone's going to be feeling a pretty good time. For more information, villagedispo.com. That's Village Dispensary or villagedispo.com. Hey, while I have you, there was a post that went kind of viral on social media lately, and it was about the work that was being done, of course, on 15th and Bell Street. And if you guys have time to, stop in and listen, I know you got some outdoor projects going on, and, you got some parts you got to pick up. Maybe you just got to, get some screws, you name it. If you guys have the chance, go and try to patronize Bose Hardware as much as you can. No one's gone through the ringer more on this sewer separation project than those folks down there. And we do have a little bit of an update on this for you now. Illinois American Contractors, they're hard at work in the 15th and Bell Street intersection in Alton on Monday. And one part of a major sewer project, contractors, they're working on a sewer separation project for Illinois American Water. And this has been done throughout other areas in Alton, just as it was done on Bell Street. Justin Kleinschmidt is a PE and engineer from Shepherd Morgan and Schwab, who was assigned to the project, said the area at 15th and Bell, it's been closed for quite some time. He said a collapse in a tunnel there took additional design work, and a section of arched roof of the tunnels was taken off and cast with new concrete. He said utility poles and relocations have also been necessary in that area. So once the tunnel work is finished here at 15th and Bell, it will be strictly stormwater flowing through it. Right now, currently, has a sanitary sewer that empties into it. Now, Kleinschmidt said the latest projections should be completed by the end of August 2024, but just Bose Hardware right there on Bell Street, just gone through the ringer, and I never really do that on the show and talk about things, but I saw that, and just a staple business that, really deserves to be patronized. And if you could, find somewhere to park, take a little bit of an extra walk if you can. Be safe getting in there and just patronize as much as you can and take care of an Alton staple. But wanted to make sure we filled you in. By August, that sewer separation work should be completed. Now, one final thing before we take a little bit of a pause. We've been talking a lot about Grafton, and we got a lot to talk about in the month of June. But let's start off with this. Grafton's Music in the Park, it's kicked off for another 14-week season of live music located at Grove Memorial Park in Grafton. The Music in the Park concert series invites community members to come out for a free concert every Thursday evening from 7 to 9 p.m., May 23rd through the 29th of August. Peggy Brooks, who organizes the concert series, noted she loves putting on the shows every week, and she can't wait to see this summer's crowd continue to grow. It's a labor of love, she said. I think it's just something that a family can do together. It's just very cool, family oriented, and we just have a good time. We have a real good time. Brooks explained that she tries, quote, very hard to bring a variety of bands in to Grafton and the surrounding area. From the Gibson Girls to Outlaw Opry to Flip the Frog, they bring in different musicians every week to perform for the crowd. Brooks' daughter Nikki usually starts off the night with 25 minutes of singing from 6:30 to 6:55. Then they play the national anthem, followed by the night's featured band for 2 hours. Nikki ends the night by singing Thank You for the Music by ABBA, which she promised her father she would always do. Though people are encouraged to bring their own food and beverages, Got Faith Ministries is giving away water, lemonade, and snacks. Ask them about the Got Faith t-shirt that's above me. Seed to Sown sells t-shirts with Music in the Park logos. And Brooks also organizes a 50-50 drawing every week. All money raised goes towards the maintenance of City of Grafton's big old American flag on the river. Brooks explained that the Chamber of Commerce has already spent $2,000 on repairs for the flag this year. So the 50-50 drawing eases some of those costs. And the concerts themselves, they're free, thanks to donations given to the Music in the Park group from businesses and sponsors around Grafton. Brooks noted that Music in the Park advertises all of these businesses on banners at the concerts, and they encourage people to stop by, visit the shops and restaurants from those who have donated. Everything we do is by donation. People give anywhere from $50 to $1,000. We have 4 diamond sponsors that give $1,000 each, and then people give what they can. Almost every business in Grafton has given either $100 up to $400 for these concerts. I try very hard to make sure we promote these businesses and we get their names out there and encourage people to patronize those businesses. The summer tradition, well, it's attracted a wide following with a growing crowd every week. Brooks, she just can't wait to see how it continues to grow throughout the season, and she looks forward to getting to know all of the concert goers who attend this summer show, which I think would be a pretty impressive feat, to be honest with you. A lot of people go on to these things. For more information about Music in the Park, visit the official Grafton's Music in the Park Facebook page, and let me fill you in on the 6th of June, when Music in the Park is done by none other than Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters. Porch Cafe takes the Grove Park stage the following week on the 13th of June. Love Porch Cafe, good band, and really just a great summer. I wanted to fill you in on that because we'll be talking more with Enjoy Grafton and the Grafton Chamber as we keep creeping closer and closer to the summer stretch, because it hasn't even started yet. You know, we just got cicada sounds going, so we already think we're in July, you know? I always think that it's July. It's the 4th of July, and fireworks are going off every time I talk to Denise Sparks. Hear me out on this one. I get it. I'm going around the bush here, but I'll pull this one back to the landing strip. You know, when I call Denise Sparks, fireworks are going off. It's a celebration every time because I'm talking to a business owner who truly cares about the community in which she works and serves and lives in. You know, there's something about a local company that goes above and beyond for not only its clients, but just for the community at large. You know, every year, Denise Sparks does a free Christmas tree pickup because, listen, a lot of us, if you're like me, we love those real trees, right? They look beautiful. They smell beautiful until you get one from Lowe's that has a fungus on it and it gets everyone sick and you got to ship it back. Okay, maybe that just happened to my aunt, but, you know, she never sent it back and that was a rough Christmas. However, you still got to get rid of them by the end of it, and some of us do the tree burning up there in Middletown, but for others, we don't might not have the opportunity or time to do so, so what do you do with it? You can put it out on the curb, and I know Christmas is a couple of months away, but you'll get why I'm saying it here in a second. And you just tell her, hey, it's on the curb. Here's the street address. And she picks it up. She doesn't charge you. She just takes care of it for you. And it's just a little way of saying, hey, we're here. We appreciate you. And if you ever need anything, you give us a call. And for 30 years, Denise Sparks has done just that. I mean, whether or not you had that hot tub that was broken down in your backyard, you had all that junk in your basement from when you were going to, you know, put that little row machine together and you got mad, couldn't put it together and gave up on your fitness journey and all that junk still sitting there from 10 years ago. Or maybe you even have, you know, that paneling board that was in your basement from the Clinton administration that's got to go. All that junk. It's time to get rid of it. Your mother-in-law, father-in-law is coming over. Your neighbors are reporting you to the alder people. It's time to use Denise Sparks just like you have for 30 years. Now, with weekly trash service, you can use her every week, and people are switching, and they're not looking back. Those purple, yellow trash cans, they keep multiplying, and it's because when you call Sparks, you get Sparks. When you have a problem, she takes care of it. And when you're working with Denise Sparks, you know your trash is going to be picked up every week, and there will never be a problem. For more information, sparksjunkremoval.net. That's sparksjunkremoval.net, and reclaim your space today. Before I take a quick pause, we are going to be talking to Representative Ellick on Monday at at 9:20. Sorry, I'm getting texts from everybody today, but we will be talking to Representative Ellick at 9:20. We'll be talking to Grid Solar Monday at 10:10, and we'll be talking to Celebrate Recovery at 10:30. But really looking forward to talking to Representative Ellick. I want to ask a little bit more about how the session went this time around in the State House and how things are looking ahead of November. I mean, this is the fun year, and you know what's wild? Just 2 years ago, we were already doing this with in November 2 years ago with Rick Fassett and Dan Herkert, and we had a good old time doing that election show. And I don't know who's going to be doing the show with me this time around, but we're still planning on it. But that election coverage technically really does start with Representative Ellick, as this is our first interview outside of the session as we head into November. So all that comes down the pipeline next week. We have great shows for you the rest of this week, and we have our segment with the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council right after this little bit of a longer break here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome in. Sorry, couldn't hear that conversation. Andrew Ambrose, welcome into the studio for our spotlight on the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council.
Good morning.
I haven't seen you in about a year in this studio. How are we doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
You know.
Just doing, right?
Judging by the pre-interview conversation, I am rolling with every punch being thrown my way. But it's good to have you in studio.
Thank you.
I'm, with the segment, I am going to take a pause just to make sure we don't have any stragglers getting lost in the building upstairs. But always good to talk about the council, and you're one of the youngest members, a part of the council. I think it's safe to say.
I think so, yeah. I don't want to offend anybody.
No, I don't want to either. But it's really cool, that they're starting to get some younger people in there and really keep it going. And why did you get involved with it in the first place? I never asked you that.
The council, for me, I didn't know a lot about it. Went to a meeting and always looking for networking opportunities. But I feel like, especially post-COVID, a lot of the organizations' numbers are dying down. They're starting to pick up now, but the council has always pulled a fair amount of people to network with. And I like the approach of the council. The chambers and stuff all are great, and we do the whole go around the room and say your business. But I like the council's approach to, hey, if you want to come and, quote unquote, work the room, or if you want to come be quiet, get in, get out, the council is for you, because we don't force any networking. It's whatever you're comfortable with, which I like.
And I like it too, because there's a comfortability factor. Whenever you're sitting there and you're president or the leader of the meeting. By the way, I think that Karen did an excellent job. I think that she was a better Zeke J. Bush than Zeke J. Bush.
It's an election year. Maybe she's putting some heat on him. Yeah.
No, Zeke will find a way to use mail-in ballots.
I like that. That's right. Overnight, all of a sudden, Zeke will win. Yeah.
But it's just the fact that when you come in, you're right. You don't have to feel pressured. Because let's be honest, man, you and I have been a part of those B&I groups where we have a rough Tuesday morning, and you don't want to talk.
Well, they have their place, but there's also a lot of value in you get out of what you want to get out of it, which I like.
Yeah, and going forward, I mean, you're with First National Bank, and just has it helped you in the community just being a part of the council a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think for business owners too, the council has more of the actual owners coming, and I think that's part of it too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with quote unquote gatekeepers or an office manager, but I feel like for our community, they see value in that, and some of it's that approach, but the level of speakers that we have seems to be part of it too. And it just brings out the best in each of us, I think.
Well, and it spears growth and a lot quicker too.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you have a gatekeeper, you and I both know how that goes. It could take a few years. It's like
right.
You thought the construction in Italy was
calling
slow.
You this morning. Yeah.
But you're right, and what I think's really cool about it too, Andrew, is before we go into the deep dive, in some of the meetings, like last month, when you have both mayors just there and they're being not just sitting there, but really actively participating in the meetings, and they want people to know what's going on, and they're collaborating together, and it shows that outside of the business world, which we really need local government to be successful so we can be successful. It shows, and it's a really cool thing.
Well, and last month's a great example. A lot of our business council meetings are not business first. No. That one was totally focused on in Grafton, the incredible monument that they're working on, and I think through that, obviously, that spurs business. How can businesses partner with the community? But that's a great example of how we don't necessarily lead with dollars or whatever it is. A lot of it's community driven. watering the flowers, whatever it may be, which is really different.
Well, and it makes you love the community more because the more you are actively participating in it, the more you're going to be grown to love it. You know?
Agree. Yep.
And another thing, before sorry, I cut you off. Karen Wilson, I love this idea of getting rid of the financial report. I just want to say thank you for that.
Very true.
And, it's just things like that where we're all human, and just because business, you have to be human. You can't be a robot. It's very fluid. And in the meetings, it's such a fluid meeting, but it's still productive to where you're learning all of these things. And
for sure.
Just sitting at different tables where there's no assigned seats and everyone kind of just sits where they want to.
Yeah.
Really laid back. I like that.
I agree with that. Now,
when you got started, did you think that you would be really in the thick of the council here?
Zeke keeps it fun. I'm always looking. So a lot of groups are reflective of ours, where it's an aging, demographic, which is fantastic. We've got a lot of experience in the room, and
there's nothing wrong with that, and
Absolutely.
That's a good thing to point out.
But for me, it's always been, how do we get that next generation of really young professionals involved? Our generation, for a while, didn't really seem to understand that community aspect, and I think now, as we're all starting to take bigger positions, we're understanding there's a value in just knowing someone outside of doing business. And for me, with the council, it was always, how do we bring something that attracts? The website was a new thing that we didn't have a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is new.
Taking credit card payments, things like that, where it's not a big deal, but those are things that younger people come to expect, right?
Well, and it's a good point, because the reason I came here, Andrew, to do the show is I could have done the show anywhere. I could have done it in the beach in Florida.
That's right.
It's all online, But it's really easy, in my opinion, for folks to go away and be successful and come back afterwards.
Sure.
But my biggest thought was, like you've said, and I've said it for years when I own my business, is where are the young people at?
That's right.
And I feel like it's a duty of people that live in Alton that are younger to really start putting their foot down and saying,
Correct.
hey, we got to start investing here a little bit. So that's why I came here. I wanted to be successful in the hometown, which is the hardest damn thing to do.
Well, be a part of a solution.
Right. And instead of running away and coming back when the going's good. That's just my thought on it. I
agree.
I get on a pedestal about it, though. I'm a little proud. But going forward, Andrew, I wanted to ask you, because you are really a great speaker for the council, not patronizing you because you're here and bigger than me, but I did want to ask you about signing up, because my cousin just started a new business called Aptitude Advancement, and we'll be talking to Kylie here next week. But she asked me about councils. And people ask me all the time, and I'm very honest about it. If you have a bigger business, and I think, hey, maybe a large, one that maybe charges a little bit more, or B&I is perfect for you. But my first suggestion always is be a part of the business council. You're paying what, $55 a year?
Right.
Is that it?
That's $55, $35 for an individual, and that's always my go-to for people too. Is, hey, first off, you can come to the first couple of meetings for free. We cover your lunch.
Yeah.
So get a free lunch out of it. Nothing else. Kind of feel the room. I would always say, any group, you got to go to 2 or 3 to really understand the vibe. Right. One meeting might be off or whatever it may be, but I would say come to a meeting or two, and then it's $55. So there's not really a big barrier there. The chambers, B&Is, they all have their place, but if you're just starting out and those dollars are few and far in between,
right.
I would definitely recommend the council, just because, again, we pull 40 to 60 people at every meeting, which is huge. Most of them are lunches, but we have a few breakfasts sprinkled in, one evening meeting, and then as you grow, there's more opportunity too. The council is very forward thinking right now, knowing that we have to adjust. So if you have a small business that can play into that, we'd love to be a part of it.
Also, too, you're paying $55 for 4 breakfasts and 7 luncheons throughout the year, so that's 11 meetings for $55.
Right.
That's not even $10 a meeting. But the bigger thing, too, what I like is that whenever you have speakers, the speakers, like if you have Jerry Rumpf, who I think is amazing from OSF,
absolutely,
when he's done talking, he's looking over at businesses going, hey, what business owner can I talk to about a program or an idea that I have? So there's a chance to really grow directly during the meeting if you really work it right and do it, from that approach.
That's right. Yep. And everyone's open to it too. You go to some things where it's like, I own a successful business and I'm just coming just so my name's in the community. I've never had someone in the council, when I approach them, turn me away or give me the gatekeeper. Now, that doesn't mean everybody says, hey, let's do business right now.
Here's my checkbook.
But I think everyone has understanding, too, that I'm not approaching you to close business. I'm approaching you because I really want to get to know you. We're in the Riverbend. We've got the similar mission, or we wouldn't be in this council. Would we love to do business? Absolutely, but there may or may not be an opportunity for that. But if nothing else, let's go water flowers together. Let's do some trash cleanup together. What organizations are you in that you're finding impact, whether that's Rotary or Lions or whatever?
Yeah.
It's that relationship side first that I think everybody kind of understands.
It's a great point because, well, and two, you know, what I think's really amazing about this whole thing is that whenever you're coming into these council meetings and whenever you're, like you said, watering flowers, I was asked a couple of times, you're like, man, you really aren't a good salesperson. Number one, I'm not a good salesperson at all. Number two, because you got to sell commercials, and I'm still learning that part of it. But I'm like you, man. If the time's right, you know, people know who I am. People know that, you know, they might want to take a chance and support the show, or they might. But I'm not going to actively, like you know, go, hey, I have a commercial spot ready for you. Need your credit card on file before I leave this luncheon. But I know 2 years down the line, a couple months down the line, when we're watering flowers, I might be talking to you and go, hey, actually, we do have something to call for. It might be fun to put something out there. And that's real growth.
Learning, I mean, I've lived in the Riverbend my whole life. There's so many businesses that I didn't know what we had, let alone the size and scope of what they do. And so just that education, I've had customers before that I've had no part in the business, but I've linked people together through knowing people at the council and, you know, them just talking and being who they are.
Mighty River Recycling. I had
no clue.
Stop. You know what I'm saying? When they spoke, I went, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I had no idea this monstrous company is literally right there.
That's right.
Well, and then it was really unique because we were talking to, I was talking to somebody on the show, and I had just talked to Connor about those recycle boxes that they do.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, well, you know what? Actually, you need to call Connor because he'll bring you a recycling box. And to me, that's how you really grow the right way. And it's not a forced give Facebook $58 so you can hit the impressions.
And their local family, like that's who you want to support. You know,
100%. Well, while we take a little pause here because I got to pay. We've already been talking for almost 12 minutes. Let me pay the bills here. We'll come back and keep chatting with Andrew. I want to learn more about his day to day too because you know I'm a little bit nosy. It's a Tuesday morning on RiverBender.com, and our daily show hits you right after this.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
You know, I think the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council is a family tradition for some. I think it's a tie-in.
My mom's side of the family loves that song.
I love Bo Cephas. I was kind of sitting there, and I sit at home, and people think I just am like a social butterfly. Dude, I go home and I turn the lights off and I just stare at the TV.
Unzip the skin.
Take the mask off. Well, I sitting there, and I was texting my buddy. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, just sitting here listening to Bo Cephas, enjoying some Village Dispensary." And he goes, "Who the hell's Bo Cephas?"
Right.
And I'm like, "What the hell? What's happened to our generation? What are you talking about here?" So, what I think is cool too is that even though the council has businesses in the same industry, it's never competitive. And what I think is even cooler is the people that are competitors work together the most.
That's right. Yeah, no. Every now and then you'll find, we have a joke, like a banker and insurance agent table that every now and then we sit together. But it's good to share practices. And my approach to that is, if I'm winning, they're probably winning too. But if I'm hurting, they're probably hurting too. We're all in the same community. We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to make a difference. I might be better for this instance right now. Somebody else might be better. And I mean, it's all together. We've sent referrals back and forth before.
That's
I
unheard
all the
of.
products and services you need, right? But I might not be the best fit for you right now. And having someone else that is, it's nice to know, still keeping it local, not going to one of the big guys, right? So, no, there's literally Kevin and I, to throw his name out there, Kevin and I have sent some business before where we're just not the right fit at that time, and we can help him out with the other guy.
It's almost like being a team.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Freaking weird, Well, what I think is amazing, too, is even though, Madison County and Macoupin and all these areas have about 300,000 people, that's really small.
That's right.
St. Louis has 1 million, St. Louis County, and they aren't even big.
Right.
So it's like, let's work together, realize we're a smaller region.
Yeah, and especially Madison County has been guilty before on a political level, on a business. We silo things off really bad. 100%. And that's where the other side of the rivers beat us. We have a lot of great things in these communities, and especially politically, but if you can get this side of the county to work with this side of the county and let's all come together, businesses, like I said, we're all going to go up together. So if my bank's doing well, this bank's doing well, if this insurance agency is doing well, that one probably is too, You're
right. and coming up on June the 11th is, if you guys are new to the council, never been, maybe you want to gander at the opportunities that await you at 11:30. You can hang out with Andrew and myself at Alton Memorial Hospital. Brad Spencer.
Yeah. Paid for lunch as well if you're a visitor.
Oh,
so you don't have to
visitor
pay anything.
paid for lunch.
Yeah.
And we're going to be learning about Imperial Manufacturing.
Which is huge.
Yeah, they're a pretty big...
I think they might even be based out of Canada, I believe.
They're a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I was going to complain to Zeke that I haven't spoke yet, but I think I can lay out a little bit for Brad,
Yeah, you can read the announcements maybe,
So this is what's really cool. I'm going to show you this on Hold on here, because I messed up here yesterday doing this with Brian. It was a little dangerous. It was a little dangerous here on the scene here. Let's show you the website. So this is NAGBC.com, and all you do is just register today for our next meeting. See Brad's little image there? Click on Brad's image. You even get a zoomed-in picture so you know who you're looking at. Pay with your Google Pay, add it to the cart, pay with credit card, but also, folks, you can also just join the council by clicking this Join Us tab, fill out the form, and just be a part of it. And that's always good for all of you to see. We actually built that website with the partnership of the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council. And the referrals are huge for the council. That's how you're successful, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? Of any networking, how do you get your money back kind of a thing, even though ours isn't much. But referrals, but I'll also plug for $35, you can just be a community member. And we have a few people that are retirees, especially, that, they're very active in the community still, and they want to know businesses, and they still send referrals too. So even if you're somebody that just has time available and you don't want necessarily your business to join, or you're not in business anymore, you can join as an individual as well.
We're also looking for a portable air conditioner sponsor for the show from the Business Council.
Barrett just had an Adam. If only we knew someone.
Barrett's gotten so much more plugs this summer because of this basement. Brian Trust didn't know what hit him on Friday. He was sitting there all of a sudden. It was like just, I always joke, Elvis at the end, just sweating profusely everywhere. Also wanted to talk about the community service stuff you guys do, because you can speak better on this than I can, because there's so many different projects and different things that you guys have tackled. Fill me in on some of those volunteerism
I mean, philanthropy is a huge part of the council. So the council started with some North-Alton business owners that collectively agreed that they needed something, right, to improve the community and obviously, again, improve their businesses. But the flower watering schedule, that's the big one that we do. So we're responsible. I forget the street name. I should have looked this before I came, but you can pull it up. But
State Street.
There we go. That's what I was going to say. But I mean, those flowers always look really nice there. And it's you meet up at the hardware store and you get the equipment for it. It takes a few hours, but everyone always says it's really the conversations you're having while you do it. That's the value there. But we water those flowers. We've had the gazebo out at Glazebrook. That was a sponsorship by the council. Not entirely sure if we fully paid for it, if it was a partnership with the village, but things like that we do. But the other thing is, we've had before where council members have gotten sick or someone's passed away. The council's really generous about making sure that we support wherever we can. So if there's an organization that's looking to partner, maybe again, the Rotaries, the Lions, the Elks, those kinds of clubs, the council, I think, is very open to those ideas and want to support them.
Well, and too, what you guys do really well, and I think is so cool, is the younger people, like the Riverbend CEO groups, the Benjamin Godfrey series you guys tried out this year. Those things matter because it shows that, hey, we want you to be here. We don't want you to move to Florida or move to Kansas and go to school there. We want you to go to school here. We got the D1 college. We got anything you need.
Yeah.
We'll help.
Well, and I think, too, so last year we were at Alton Memorial, so I'd encourage anybody to come to this next meeting, but we were there. We had 3 residents.
Oh, that's right.
And all 3 of them were not from the area. One was from Canada. One was from, I believe, L.A.
Yeah,
right?
You're right.
And then I forget the third one, so I apologize to her. But, they chose Alton. And it wasn't just Alton Memorial. Alton Memorial obviously had a lot that, they were promised and that they were happy with. But 2 of them, if I remember correctly, said they were planning on staying in Alton. And so that was huge. You have people from out of the area. We're guilty of living here our whole lives, and you don't realize what you have, like we just said. But CEO is a great example of that, too. I mean, just getting young professionals to understand this is a great community to do business in, and we're on the upswing, right?
Yeah.
So any bad thoughts that you have of that's not the business climate right now.
Well, and the thing, that's a good point, too. And the other thought I have is, you think it's not good right now, then do something about
That's
it.
right.
We're in a society, Andrew, where all we want to do is just say something's broke.
That's right.
It's not
You
working.
fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to do it.
Right.
Get out of here with that
That's
junk. I think it's really important to be a part of the Business Council. And before we wrap up here and we keep talk a little more at the council, what do you do day to day? I never really asked you that at first.
So commercial banker with First National Bank of Waterloo.
Are you up in Collinsville?
So I'm in Collinsville, yeah. So our bank, 112 years old, so been around for a long time, but mainly in Monroe County. So started expanding right before COVID, and we're now in St. Clair, Madison, and Effingham County. So so you wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Madison County, we're on the southern end, so Maryville and Collinsville right now. I live in Godfrey, so obviously driving from corner to corner. But our goal is to keep coming north, so very grateful they've allowed me to still be part of the council. It does eat up time driving and that, and they're very supportive of it because eventually we plan on being further north. But the good thing about banking these days is the brick and mortar doesn't really matter.
No.
if we do our jobs right, you don't really have to come to the bank unless you want to. And if you want to, that's great, because I like shaking people's hands still. But no, so commercial banker, and really what I do is a lot of the truly small businesses. So helping someone get that first business loan maybe, or rental properties, all the way up to I've got some very successful businesses as well. But, this community is built on blue collar, mom and pop, and those sorts of things. So we're very proud. We've partnered with different programs. So we're SBA preferred, obviously, but there's also a program through Illinois right now that's called Advantage Illinois that we offer. It's a participation loan, and right now I'm doing loans at 5% for certain individuals through that program. So
I did not mean to.
Dude, you're fine.
We were talking here while you were going. I decided to go and just type something in. I am sick and tired of going to the damn bank and that person that's in the line that's needing all these money orders and everything in the drive-thru. So I typed it. It's every day. I'm always behind the money order, you know?
Yep.
Which it's not the cashier's fault or the teller's fault. It's not. It's the person in front of me. First National Bank and Trust put up an article. Have you seen this? Tips for using the drive-thru at First National Bank. That is a gold piece of article right there. I don't know who wrote it, but God love you for whoever did. We need some more of that.
Sure.
But anyway, just getting back to it, banking would be something for me, but I don't want to work that hard.
I joke that I get paid to talk to people.
Yeah.
And at its essence, like I said earlier, a lot of banking right now is I'm not everything to everyone, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But being confident in who we are and what I bring to the table, we have all the products and services. Say this too, again, like insurance. There's a lot of great opportunities and people that you can partner with here, and it's really just that relationship. So getting to know people. My favorite thing to do is go through people's business. You see their dream, their passion, and it can be something as simple as, hey, me and my wife own this place. To hey, we have 500 employees, and just seeing how they go about it, and what keeps them up at night. That's something that's always fun for me to learn about, because as a banker, I get a little bit about a lot, and it's just interesting and looking for ways that, again, you can partner up people, and if this is a problem you're having, can so and so maybe down the street help you with that?
Yeah.
So,
well, and what are some of your products right now that you're most proud of at First National?
Yeah, I mean, real estate is always the bread and butter, right? But again, that Advantage program that we've had, I just had I don't want to give their name, right? So, but a company that it was truly a startup. We started talking 2 years ago, and that was when it was just a concept. And it's a very, very simple business, but they're two really cool dudes that I really wanted to work with. They took some great advice. They partnered with other people in the community, and we were just able to close. It was a small loan, but it was a loan to get them where they wanted to be at a competitive rate. And I'm grateful that as a community banker, we were able to kind of, quote unquote, take a chance on those guys, and I'm positive that it's going to pay dividends.
Well, you keep mentioning community banker. How is that different than a national lender or a national banking institution? Because I'm really not really educated.
Pros
on
and
this.
cons both ways.
Okay.
I don't want to talk ill of them. They have some convenience is really their thing, and technology and those kinds of things at the national banks. But we're able to make local decisions, and so the furthest your dollar is going to go is Waterloo. Right. But I'll say right now, since Madison County's quote unquote emerging market for us, I'm getting a lot more dollars thrown our way than what we're doing down there, because we don't have much market share. Right. So you might have a decision where if I were at a bigger bank, it's, hey, this just doesn't make sense. Things still have to make sense for us, right, from a regulatory purpose, but we can kind of, get our heads around something where it's, if this is a way that can improve the community, right, or if these are people that are trying to create local jobs, we can make that decision instead of shipping your dollars off to Chicago or New York or even internationally, right?
Yeah.
And we have all the products and services that the big bank would, just a smaller footprint. So we have 16 branches, and again, the big draw with a community bank is your dollars are local. You're going to see us at events. You're going to see us in parades. You're going to see us sponsoring the kids' t-ball team, or whatever it may be. You're going to see us in your libraries teaching financial literacy, whether it's young kids or seniors. We do a lot of things that don't necessarily drive profit, knowing though that that's the right thing to do, and it does indirectly drive profit.
Yeah,
right?
100%, man. And as we wrap up here, we've been talking about the North-Alton Godfrey Business Council, and of course chatting with Andrew and finally asking him what he does for the day-to-day. But going forward, what's the best way for folks to reach out? If anyone has any questions about the council, if they want to get involved, if they're nervous, maybe they've never been a part of a council before, which isn't too weird to say.
Yeah. So full disclosure, if you go onto the council website and the NAGBC.com, and if you click the contact us, or even if you just do that become a member option, that'll go to myself and Margaret Freer Auto Body, and
get your raffle tickets. I'm selling them $10 a piece.
Christmas, So it'll go to both of us, and I think we're nice people. We'll reach out to you. We'll invite you to lunch, but any questions you have, I mean, the council, no pressure, you know, and if you come and for whatever reason the council doesn't fit for you, that's totally fine too. Still tell us about your business.
Yeah.
You know, we'll remember you down the road, but for a lot of people, it might be that time slot, you know, prevents them from coming or whatever. Maybe it's disrupting their day. They don't have the staff. That's perfectly fine. Come when you can. Send somebody if you can. But yeah, reach out through our website. It's probably going to be the best just so we can track it and make sure we respond appropriately. But all are welcome is my big thing. So as we become more diverse, right, and that looks a lot of different ways. We talked about younger earlier,
right.
But we would love to grow that. Absolutely.
Really cool. And Andrew, always great talking to you. I know I told you 20 minutes, and now we are 40 minutes later, wrapping up the 10 o'clock
that
hour.
was quick, man.
And I'm telling you, I have the blackout effect on people,
That's
and I
right.
still don't know if that's a good thing. 9:59, a little bit of change as we roll around to the top of the hour here in the 618. More of our daily show will continue with top of the hour news, Flock Food Truck Park, right after this.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Radio at 9:30. I had a little bit of an emergency, could not make it.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
All right, welcome back. Sorry, I just like ELO, you know. Hey, before we do news, it's 10:04 on this Tuesday morning. It's the 4th day of June. I got, this is stupid, but hold on. I got so excited here in a second because big names are big names. Hear me out. Let me finish the story. I was on Facebook during the commercial break, just kind of scrolling, seeing if anything was happening, and I saw that it said, Cher, turn back time, coming to Chesterfield. I got so excited. Damn tribute artists. You know, I'm sure they're great, but, you know, you hear Cher, you think you're getting a real thing. Hey, at 10:05, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Get your daily dose of local by signing up for your breaking news alerts or your daily email update or by using our SMS notifications. An unexpected power outage affected parts of Wood River and Roxana, and it left about 1,600 Ameren, Illinois customers without electricity in Wood River. 1,025 customers were impacted, while the remaining affected were in Roxana. The outage, which started after a large limb fell on a power line, disabled the service. Ameren, Illinois spokesperson Brian Bresch reported that crews promptly cleared the limb and began restoring power by 1:30 p.m. on Monday. Yesterday, electricity was fully restored to all customers. Due to the outage, Roxana Public Library had to cancel its planned Monday movie night. Also in the news, a Discount Tire opens new store in Glen Carbon, Illinois, and it's expanding its reach in Madison County. Here's the latest. Discount Tire is America's leading retailer of tires and wheels. It recently opened a new location in Glen Carbon, situated at 4200 State Route 159, adjacent to the Walgreens. The store operates from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. They're closed on Sundays. Customers can contact the store by calling 618-961-6012 or visit their webpage at Discount Tire's official site. With a history dating back to 1960, Discount Tires has expanded to 1,200 stores nationwide, and it includes 36 in Illinois alone. They're committed to providing the lowest tire prices and exceptional service. They offer a wide range of tire and wheel brands and complimentary services like free tire repair and air pressure checks. The company aims to make tire buying easier and hassle-free for Glen Carbon drivers. The Miles Davis Jazz Committee recently honored high school graduate Keon Lacey for his exceptional work and dedication to helping others. Keon has really made a name for himself in the area. Graduating with a 3.6 GPA, Lacey was involved in numerous community and school activities, earning the title of National Mathletes Champion and serving as vice president of the NAACP Youth Chapter and the Pathways to Manhood program. His commitment extended to volunteering with organizations focused on sickle cell research and youth mentoring. Teachers praised his work ethic and character, and Lacey received a $500 scholarship from the committee and will study civil engineering at Tennessee State University this fall. Also in the news today, Summer Sports Swim Club in Godfrey, cherished by the community for over 60 years, has announced a brick fundraiser to support its pool and its facilities. Led by board members Emily DeGrand and Jenna Mendrup, the initiative invites donors to purchase personalized engraved bricks until the 31st of December. We got some time. These bricks will be laid at the club, creating a nostalgic landmark. The funds raised will go towards equipment and maintenance, ensuring membership fees remain affordable. Enhanced by memories from past decades, the club continues to offer a variety of activities from playgrounds to swim teams, catering to all age groups. Finally, in the news today, out of Bethalto, the Bethalto Fire and Police Departments responded to a deadly crash at the intersection of East Airline and Butcher Road on Sunday night around 8:20 p.m. Drew Abernathy, 18 years of age, of Bethalto, was found deceased at the scene. Investigations revealed that his vehicle, a red Dodge Avenger, was traveling at a high rate of speed southbound on East Airline when it struck an embankment, causing it to become airborne and land approximately 100 feet from the intersection. The Madison County Coroner's Office has joined this ongoing investigation to determine further details about this tragic incident. RiverBender.com extends their condolences to the family. At 10:09, let's take a quick check of your weather today. It's 72 degrees right now. Is it still humid? The answer is yes. It feels like 77 out there. Humidity at 92%. Brian Truss, the visibility still at 9 miles. Today, humid with clouds and breaks of sun. And my voice going out. An afternoon thunderstorm awaits us today. Tonight, becoming cloudy with a couple of heavier thunderstorms in the area, not all around in one spot, normally isolated. Humid thunderstorms, these can bring some pretty damaging winds, flash flooding, and even hail. If you got some, older tree branches, be prepared to see those in your yard if the storm actually does hit. And currently right now, no wonder I don't have a voice, grass in the air quality index, grass is high at 110. Tree levels are moderate at 50, and mold's low at 3250. If you're having some problems with your breathing today or getting some crud up, well, that's definitely why. Temperatures do reach 82 degrees today. They drop down to 70 degrees overnight as we head into Wednesday. There is an 80% chance of thunderstorms throughout the day. On Wednesday, the 5th day of June, a high of 82 degrees awaits us tomorrow, a low of 64, and a 40% chance of more thunderstorms hitting the Metro East. On Thursday, a high of 80, a low of 60, partly sunny skies. On Friday, no rain in the forecast, no clouds in the forecast. You're looking at 80 degrees for the high, 58 for the low as we head into the weekend. On Saturday, a high of 81, a low of 61, and no rain in the forecast. For time and temperature throughout the day, you can always give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab Recover and Return Home. You know, while I have you, before we take a look at Skycam, let me fill you in on Alton Little Theater, who's one of my biggest supporters. You know, Lee Cox took a chance on me about a year and a half ago. I said, Lee, I need to start doing sponsored segments, and you're my person. And she said, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And we haven't looked back. Theater Thursdays on the first and last Thursday of each and every month where we tackle the theater scene. But you have an opportunity on this Saturday and Sunday, June the 8th and the 9th, matinees at 2 p.m., and then June the 7th at 7:30 p.m. for the Princesses and Company Cabaret Concert. Tickets $15 for the youth, $20 for adults. The whole family will enjoy your favorite princesses meeting up with classic villains and, of course, the true love that the mouse ears always promise when Alton Little Theater singers perform renditions from more than a dozen of your favorite family movies. And 2 pancake breakfasts with the princesses will be held. They already held the first one, but the second one awaits you too. You can find out more information at altonlittletheater.org. Also get tickets and season tickets for the 91st season along with Oliver, the big summer musical, Lionel Bart's Oliver. This is a classic musical from the golden age of Broadway. Such beautiful music, clever staging, endearing characters, and humor that's touching your hearts. Tickets $25 for adults, $18 for youth. And just make sure you tell them that RiverBender.com CJ sent you over their way. Before we talk all things Flock Food Truck, let's take a look at Skycam and see how downtown Alton's looking today. We'll come back. Daily Show hits you next, right after this.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
We're on the same page already, and we haven't even started the segment. How about that? 10:16. Welcome back to Our Daily Show on this 4th day of June. Laura in the studio, and we're thriving.
Yeah. We're gonna make it through. The pollen will not get the best of us.
Well, you know, did that space shuttle bring any Mars pollen down here?
Right.
So how's everything been at Flock?
Great. Yeah, we've been having a really good time this season.
It started off with a pretty good bang this year, I'd say.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we've been kind of rocking and rolling ever since. We're excited. Summer's kind of officially here. So, yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff going on.
You know, how long have you been at Flock?
So this is our 3rd season. Third season.
Isn't it crazy how it just keeps flying on by?
Yes, yeah.
And how have you grown over the 3 seasons?
Well, so this is our first year that we have our own food trucks, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, our first season was really exciting and kind of had things going on. Second season was great, still kind of rocking. But now this year we've really got a lot going on, and it's been really great.
Well, what I think's awesome about it, and just for me driving by and, you know, kind of going to different spots, what I think of Flock is a really great starting point for someone's night in the Riverbend.
Oh, yeah.
And a great ending spot, too.
Yes, yeah.
You know, you start there, go maybe grab something from Birdie's or the Space Shuttle Cafe, and whoever else comes and visits that day, go see Evelyn at your bar down there and all the great bartenders, but then go take a little stroll down Broadway, stop into Jacoby, and then wrap up your night with some music at Flock.
Yes. Yeah, it's like the perfect starting point. You're exactly right. Walk on up the block, keep going, and we're constantly directing people. Like, you know, we have a lot of out-of-towners. We have a lot of people passing through, and so we love kind of giving them the lay of the town and telling them where to go and just, you know, or come back and keep going. So, yeah, that's a really cool part about it. We get to talk to a lot of people.
Now the serious questions. Just kidding. Did you ever think you would run a food truck park? Seriously?
You know, it's funny because we have a restaurant in St. Louis, which I think most people know. And
what restaurant? Just for the folks that don't know.
It's called Stacked Burger Bar in South City.
Which is amazing, by the way.
thanks.
Don't let me patronize you. It seriously is like one of my favorite spots.
Yay! That's awesome. I'm so excited to hear that. I love it when we moved here, we're like, we're 45 minutes away. Nobody knows what this is. And we talk to people all the time. It's so cool.
Yep.
But no, so we actually, probably 10 years ago now, my husband gets these wild hairs. And so we randomly bought this ice cream truck. And we're like, we're going to turn this into a food truck. So I had this book that was Food Truck for Dummies. Yeah, Food Trucks for Dummies. And we moved here. So we ended up selling the ice cream truck. We ended up redoing our back room there and adding more seating instead. Mm-hmm. We saw more benefit in that. And really at the time, food trucks weren't a huge thing.
Yeah.
So we moved here, the book made the move, and then one day I was cleaning and I was like, oh, it's time to get rid of this. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep it for a little bit longer. And then, maybe not even a year later, we were approached by Alton Works to come on to this project. So I was like, well,
I have this book.
So I don't think I ever thought of it, but maybe it was always there.
It was your red herring, you know?
Yeah.
Now, whenever you were getting a flock established, what were some of the ideas that you guys had to really lay out that blueprint for the next couple of years? Were there any ideas initially that you had that stuck, or were there some things that kind of changed, became fluid?
I think we're still working on a lot of those ideas. I think, some of this stuff takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so there's even more things to come. The food trucks were a huge thing starting out, like our first season. Mm-hmm. That's something we just kind of knew we wanted to offer. And then, so that kind of just kept building. Mm-hmm. We knew we wanted a place that you could go and get really nice cocktails, but kind of still understand. Sometimes you go to really nice cocktail bars and they're phenomenal, but you'll read the ingredients and you're like, I don't know what half the stuff is, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to make these really great cocktails, but that were more approachable. Mm-hmm. So, we just kind of elevate them a little bit. Like with our kiwi mojito, it's a mojito, but we make our own kiwi syrup and then we garnish it with a little bit of that candied kiwi. So it's just a little bit elevated, but not
You're
too
right,
out
to
there.
scare you off. Because, there's times where I've had to go to those type of events where I'm not a connoisseur of cocktails.
Yeah.
I'm a silver bullet type of guy normally.
Yeah.
But then you feel almost like you're not worthy of drinking the darn thing once it comes.
Or you're like, what if I don't like this? Because I don't know, or you don't want to ask
what's the
what
right way to drink it?
Yeah,
Yeah. So really cool.
So that was just kind of my baseline. I just wanted a really cool place for people to come, get a drink or a mocktail. I love the fact that we have really good mocktails too.
Do you guys work with Old Bakery at all for non-alcoholic beers, or is that a different thing? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, you're fine. So we do their Old Bakery Herbarium.
Okay.
Yeah, and people love that. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so we do carry their beers, but we do have NA options. We do the Athletic Brewing Company. NA beers. Yeah, and then we create our own mocktails with syrups and different things like that.
Super cool, because I know a lot of people are starting to do the 30-day sobriety challenge and all that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than going with your friends somewhere fun and then you can't get anything to drink. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and sometimes you've had one, you don't really want another one, but you want something. So we have really good options. The Moondrops Blackberry CBD seltzer.
Oh yeah, but I am so calm on that stuff. It's like a trank gun hits me.
It's so great.
I'm telling you,
it's so great.
I had to come back to the office one day at like 5 or 6. I'm like, I'll just drink one of these and pass. Hell, the next thing I knew, Laura, it was 9 o'clock, and I was like, did I get any? I'm like, man, I got everything done.
Went wafted through this day.
No stress.
Exactly. No, it's so nice.
How important are those partnerships? Not to cut you off, but partnerships with Moondrops and Old Bakery and just different people that you have that are local that contribute to FLAC. How important is that for you guys?
I think it's super important, especially in a town of this size. I think it really shows the heart of the town, the heart of the people, that we're all wanting to collaborate, work together for the greater good of it all.
Absolutely. And one more question before we take a break. You guys have started to have music on Fridays, which I think is great. Chris Miller and his friends are fun, and just even Aaron Joe and all these folks that come down. Do you have anything this Friday that we can plug?
Actually, Chris Miller is there Friday. Miller Floyd. Yeah.
I did not know that, Chris.
Yep. Miller Floyd will be there on Friday, and then Sunday we have Almost Dangerous. So we have live music Fridays 6 to 9 and Sundays 2 to 5.
Really cool. You got a moment to stick around? I got to pay a quick bill here. But before I pay a quick bill, I got to get a little bit of business done. You know, I don't know if I filled you in on this yet, Laura, but Hainer Library is actually really cool when it comes to getting the library card.
Yeah.
So I have them as a sponsor of the show, and we do a segment called Beyond the Shelves, first and last Monday of the month. But I had no idea that your library card could actually get you a bunch of really cool stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I get ad-free streaming with BiblioPlus, all the consumer guides, resource guides. But what I think is cool is, you know, now, like when you were younger, and even when I was a little bit younger, even though I got a lot of city miles on and I kind of don't know what my age is by looking at me, you know, I had to go back and do the citations and all of that when you're in high school and how brutal that was. They have their own reference center. All you had to do is copy and paste it out with your library card and you're taken care of.
Where was that when I was in high school?
I don't know, but it's here for all of you now. Go to HainerLibrary.org, click the How Do I tab, click on Get a Library Card, put your address in, and you're taken care of. That's Hainer Library or HainerLibrary.org.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
As always, damn straight, Scotty McCreary coming to the Alton Amphitheater August the 9th. Get your tickets at metrotix.com. Back to Laura. You guys have a lot of stuff going on at Flock that we need to talk about here.
Yes. So we actually just last weekend had our movie night. The first Saturday of every month is a movie night. It's a family-friendly movie. We did Cool Runnings last Saturday.
Good call. That's always a good call.
It's one of my favorite movies.
That's one you don't hear about too much
It's
anymore,
so
though.
good.
It is a good one,
It's
and they're
so
holding
good.
the egg, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Senka, you dead, man? No, it's so good. We had people there. They're like, I know every line of this movie. So yeah, that's the first Saturday of each month. So just keep an eye out for what movies are coming. It's free, so you can come and hang out.
That's
bring lawn chairs, blankets. It's a
really
good time.
cool.
Mhm.
And get your child a mocktail.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make it a flock night, you
yes.
know?
We have strawberry kiwi fizz is a popular one, and our lemonades, our shaken lemonades.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Is now are we talking real lemonade here with some real lemons?
Yep.
There you go. Now we're talking to some professionals here.
Yes.
Now I am nosier than hell, Laura. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest with you, and I need to know about this seed swap because here's my problem I'm
Yeah.
running into.
Yeah.
I got a yard now, and I bought a house last year, so I do have a yard, and
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, well, I'm putting a wraparound deck on next week and getting the stuff done, but there's a section that is just like a foot wide, and I'm
Yeah.
like, there's grass growing. I can't really use it for anything.
Right.
Native wildflower patch
Yeah.
right there is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Are we going to have that on
Absolutely.
Sunday where I can get some
Absolutely.
wildflower seeds?
So possibly, yeah. So we're doing a plant swap. People can bring cuttings, clippings, seeds, anything they want, and then it's gonna pair with a market. So we'll have like plant vendors, plant themed vendors. So like macrame hanging, plant hangers, different things like that. So it should be a lot of fun. Live music 2 to 5.
That's
during
really
that.
cool.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
time on Sunday?
The plant swap is from, oh my gosh, you caught me. I believe it's noon to 4.
Okay.
Noon to 4. We open at noon.
Who's playing music that day?
Almost Dangerous. It's a trio. Trio from St. Louis.
What's that music they play?
Yeah. All kinds. All kinds. Yes.
There we go.
Yes,
While
they're
we're
all over the place. Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on here. 12 p.m. on Sunday. I found it for you. And look at this. You better get there early. 430 people responded to this
yes,
already.
it should be super
Gosh,
exciting.
dang.
Everyone loves plants.
Well, and what
myself
I think
included. I got to go home and start trimming my. I got a lot of stuff to propagate.
we're getting my yard looking better. But what I think's cool too is that everyone's really getting into getting rid of the big box store plants because all the disease that they carry, and you never know if you. I was so proud of this damn sunflower, Laura. Let me tell you, I went to this was a couple years ago, but I had this really nice garden, and I went to the big box store. Well, I ran into 3 issues. Number 1, I bought morning glories and thought that they could be in a garden. Wrong.
No.
Number 2, I bought a sunflower, or not just one, but I planted like 80 next to each other.
Oh.
Became an issue and became a mutated sunflower.
Yes.
Talk more about that. And also, the other
another
thing.
show.
Yeah, another show. Another one was the fungus that had it, and it killed a
Yes.
couple of the plants. Here, you're getting.
That like mildewy.
Yeah. But here, you're getting healthy plants, and you're getting local, some really good local stuff.
Yeah, and free. I mean, you can bring some cuttings and trade, and you can probably, a lot of these plants are expensive.
Yes.
So if you can get a clipping and plant it and start it yourself, that's great. So no, it should be a lot of fun. I'm super excited as a huge plant lover myself, so I can't wait.
Now, are you a flowering plant lover, or are you an herbal lover?
I got I have a lot of house plants.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of house plants.
Really
They're
cool.
kind of taking over. So, yeah.
There you go. Hey, vendors include Late 9 Create, Biota Cabinet, Sylvia and Orr, Whimsy and Wire, Marigolds by Allie. That sounds good.
Yeah.
What type of, do you know what Marigolds by Allie is?
Yeah, Allie's local. So so she sells her cut flowers. She's a cut flower farm.
Really cool. Okay, that's awesome. And then Claire Wade Gant?
Yeah, so these should just all be
Vendors,
kind of really cool vendors. I know Silver and Ore is going to make they have like some really cute like little plant signs that are kind of funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff.
Really cool.
Really cool to shop. Just fun thing to do on a Sunday.
Yeah, I just saw that. Wanted to go down the vendor list because that really is cool and giving them a little bit of a shout out. And I'm sure they all have Facebook pages for you to get a little bit of a taste of what's to come.
Yep, but I think we even have a few more that have signed on. So
really cool.
Yeah, so we should be pretty full.
Do you plan on doing more of these type of vendor markets?
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to test the waters here and see how this went. We've we're thinking about doing more of like a book swap.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we think that would be really cool. More in the fall. Cozy up, have the fire pits going and cozy up with some good books. So yeah, we'll do some more of these vendor markets for sure. I think we're working on a really fun like adult summer camp type thing, where you can tie-dye your own T-shirt. We'll make friendship bracelets. We'll do like some like field day games, potato sack races, like that kind of thing. From 7 to 11. Again, like that one will be more ticketed. Like you can choose which experiences you want to do. But like all of our events are free. You can just come and hang out and
flock on over.
Yeah, exactly.
With that being said, we have a couple of minutes. The floor is yours, Senator. Is there anything else coming down the pipeline other than the swap that you'd like to fill us in on too?
So we're super excited for the powerboat races.
Yeah.
We've got some live music that weekend that should be awesome. Little Victory's gonna be playing on Friday. So we are just ready. Pumped and ready for that. July 3rd, of course, is always our most fun day of the year. We have lots of food trucks that day, different activities, our beer and boozy tent, and obviously a great view of the fireworks. And then that adult summer camp. And then we're going to start doing dog days of summer.
Really cool.
At the end of each month, June, July, and August. That should be a good time. We're looking for some more pet adoption centers to kind of bring some dogs each month.
You can't do that because I'll just
I know because you'll take it home. But to have some adoptable pets there, and then there'll also be a donation station, so you can donate to a different organization each month. So we just have a lot of little fun things like that popping up throughout the summer.
Can I add one? Family movie nights.
Oh,
too.
yeah. First
Cool
Saturday.
Runnings.
Yeah,
Wanted to add that plug again.
Yep, first Saturday of each month, all the way through October.
Well, and Laura, I think it's really great. Before I let you go, how does the dynamic between you and your husband work out when it comes to the business? Because we had a family business too, and we still do. But I always think it's really cool to see how the character traits kind of work in contrast and together with each other.
Yeah, well, so we don't, do it as much with Flock, but with Stacked, we are very much so. We were together a lot. Actually, what's really funny is we've never not worked together.
Really?
So if anything, this is the first time in our 14 years that this is the least we've worked together. But I'm kind of like the creative. I have the ideas and I'm the cook and the bartender and all that. And he's kind of my numbers guy. So we have a very nice yin and yang there. Like, I come up with the ideas, and then I say, how can I do it? And he tells me. or what do I charge for it? So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Laura, keep up the great work. And anytime you want to come back on this summer, just stop on by.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
It's 10:35. We'll take a quick break. But coming up after this is really cool. Russ Colona does the Alton Road Runners. They do the Great River Road race every year on Thanksgiving. It's huge. But what they do throughout the summer is they have family race nights for families to come for only $5 just to do a race, and they have refreshments, and you can actually have a medal by the end of the summer. It's really just great to get the family involved in it. It also supports those funds for the Great River Road race, which is now like $8,000 to put on.
Yeah. It's huge.
That's a lot of money, though, for those traffic cones. So we can help support them this summer, and we can find out how right after this quick break right here on Roku TV and RiverBender.com.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright.
Welcome into this Tuesday morning, right around 10:35. It is a busy week this week, Russ. Did I tell you what we got going on? Brand new show starting on Thursday in the afternoon. Brian Trust Auto Sales, is doing a whole hour just about positivity called You're Beautiful. So we'll see how that goes, but we're rocking and rolling here at RiverBender.com, and so are the Alton Road Runners. You guys got some fun planned this summer, Russ.
Yeah, summer's all planned out for us. Every month, every Thursday in the month of June, we'll have a track series at East Alton River High School. Starts at 6 p.m., and it's for everybody, 6 and under, 80 and over. We have a little bit of everything out there.
That's really cool.
It's a fun evening.
That's really cool. And then, so where do you want to start on this, Russ? Because there's so much to talk about. I don't even know. The floor is yours, Senator. Where do we start?
Well, the first one, we start this Thursday.
I like it.
Series. And like I said, it's an event for everybody. We don't do a whole track meet because, them take hours. We start at 6 and we're done by 7:45.
That's impressive.
Everybody, and then we got something for sprinters. We have something for distance runners. We always finish up with a little relay at the end. Everybody participates in, has a good time. 6 and under, 7 to 10 is an age group that we have that we're trying to introduce track and field. They do 50 meters to 400 meters, and that varies, and they do a long jump and a softball throw every weekend.
That's really cool. And then for the other age groups, too, you got 11 to 14 we just talked about, 15 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and as Russ said, 50 and over. They have something just for you, too. Now, this is really what I like about it, Russ, is if you're under 14, the cost is $12 for the entire series, or $4 a night. Now, 15 or over, you're only paying $5 every Thursday, or $15 for the entire series. I like the family rate, too. $40 gets you the entire kit.
Yeah, we have a lot of families that take advantage of that, and they're there every week, and they'll win a ribbon, and they'll have a special little prize for all the kids in the last one to show them appreciation for coming out, and they have a good time out there.
Russ, this might sound like I hate to say stupid question, but I will say it this time because it might actually sound like one. My dad coached high school soccer for years and all this stuff, so I know playing with him or going out to the field, there was always kind of a different repertoire, and we practiced together, and he'd get my sister and I better in the summer and just take us out on our own. What's it look like on the running standpoint where you see, some families out there together? Is it kind of the same as, maybe a dad-son playing catch type of scenario? Or
we get the same families just about every year. It's almost like a family reunion when we do our first summer series. Everybody comes out there, hey, how you doing? And the kids are bigger. I've been doing this long enough now. Some of the mom and dads have been in the series. I remember when I ran, and he said, so I remember you too.
Dan, I got to say something. Dan Brannon, great interview because you took my question that was 8 ways to Sunday and you made sense out of it, Russ. That was good. Now, as we look forward, let me give you guys the dates for the 2024 Summer Track Series. It begins this Thursday, which is June the 6th at East Alton Wood River High School track, and registration is at 6 p.m., competition at 6:30. You're done by 7:45.
Well, yeah, the first night might take a little longer because people come in 5 minutes before it's supposed to start.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time to register them and get them out there. Yeah, usually we're done 7:45.
It's amazing how much traffic can affect just 4 or 5 people right before the thing open, you know?
Right. and we got coax some of them little guys get to the starting line. That's their first race, and they're nervous. And
are they? See, that would be fun to see the 6 and unders get ready to go.
That's hilarious. I mean, you know, it's with the lines on the track. You say, hey, stay between the lines, but they'll start in lane 3. They'll go to lane 1, go to lane 7, and they're all over, and it's fun.
Is it like go-karts where they're cutting each other off almost?
Yeah, but you'll see the serious ones. We got some kids that are just dead dog serious. Man, they're whole hog.
Are you at 6?
At 6. There was this little girl years ago, and she was a terrific runner for O'Fallon High School. She ran like a 2:16 half mile. I mean, from 4 or 5 years old, shoot that gun, there she'd go. She knew what she was doing, and I mean, that would just enter.
That's incredible, man.
There's kids like that know how to race and want to race. And
yeah. And now, real quick, if you are just new to the Summer Track Series, there is a waiver that you got to sign.
Right. You know, that just covers us in case somebody gets hurt. We'll have ice and stuff there. Generally, if it's anything, it's a strained muscle here or there, or somebody will trip and fall on the track every now and then, but nothing
too crazy.
That's standard for all races that you have a waiver to sign.
Just like if you're going out for a summer sport or any type of summer camp, you're going to have to sign something. Now, making payments to this, do we just pay by check?
Yeah, they just come that night. Some people that's done it for a while know the address, they mail it to us.
Okay.
But anybody can come that evening and sign up for one night or sign up for the whole series.
Well, and that's what I think is really cool. I mean, this is wonderful, especially if you have a couple of children that are interested in running or just trying something new. I mean, $40 for 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities is great if you have a family rate.
Yeah, and there's families. There's one family that has probably at least 5 kids. And mom and dad go, so there's 7 kids. And that's entertainment for the entire night. They run, come out, and just have fun, cheer each other on. And
I really think that running is very important for kids to learn about the technique and just how to do it, and really a great opportunity for young ones.
And I actually get kids in high school that come out for track for the first time that actually don't know even how to run. They don't have no form. They're all over the place. You just got to try and settle them down and relax. And
wanted to ask you about that, believe it or not. There was a guy I used to work with when I was doing soccer, and he big in sports psychology, so I was really good about visualizing things and kind of seeing how they happen. But running was always kind of different for me because even though, I was never the fastest, I was always kind of right in the middle of the things. But my technique was terrible at first. Now, when you're running, is it you want to have your hands kind of open a little bit to where you can hold
just relax.
Just
relax. You don't want to clench them. Just nice and relaxed and smooth. And you want to bring them right through your waist and bring them up to your chin. It depends on the pace you're running. If I'm sprinting hard, I'm pulling my hands out harder. If I'm relaxed, I'll just keep my hands down and drive nice and easy.
I wanted to ask you about that. Now, is it real? Is this true to where the longer I spread my arms, that's going to be the equivalent to what my legs try to match, or is that just kind of what we tell ourselves to get into that movement?
It depends. I've seen kids that have hands that go down to their knees.
Yeah.
And I've seen kids with T-Rex arms.
But so whenever
the longer you drive, and keeping everything square, your shoulders and everything straight ahead, that's what you try and teach them. The sprinters in the Olympics, they you watch them, their faces, they're relaxed. Mm-hmm. There's no tension at all. Their faces that are up and down, and they're just nice and strong, but they're flying.
I'll be darned.
But that's what, there's a method to it. You have to train kids, and some kids just clump around.
I was going to bring that up because my coach said, CJ, you'd be the worst hit man because they hear you coming for 4 miles,
Yes, and I've seen some crazy. I had a kid who was a junior this year. His first year he ever ran as a sophomore. Looked like he was sitting in a chair running. And he ran cross country and got stronger and stronger. And this year, I mean, he's dropping 6-8 seconds off a 200-meter time. I mean,
that's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah. Just amazing. For folks that go, man, it's all about athleticism. It's really about a lot of the time the technique. It's just amazing. I mean, it really is one of the most fascinating components to me of any sport is sprinting.
Well, track and field is all technique.
Yeah.
Like the jumps, the throws, the hurdles. I mean, it's all and how you approach it. I've had little guys throw that discus, and have big gorillas that can't throw it all because there's no.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I've had little bitty guys just hammer that thing, and I had a 6'8", 350+ kid that couldn't throw. I've had tons of kids beat him because he just couldn't have the. He was so slow and his
Is it about explosiveness?
Explosiveness.
Well, you know what's interesting is I'm glad I never called a track and field event yet, because I would be the guy that goes, oh, this guy's getting ready to launch it. And then it'd be like you said, 10 feet, little Johnny's throwing it.
Usually it does, but it's all in technique and release, especially with the throws.
Well, and I just think this is cool to have an opportunity for folks around the region. We're going to talk about other upcoming races here in a second, folks, but this starting off with Thursdays. You know, Thursdays are a great night because you're working all week and now you're almost to the weekend. Break it up a little bit, bring the family out, or even just your little one that wants to do something, and let them do it.
You know, and I'm there, and there's some track and field people there, some high school kids, and if I see somebody that shows a little bit, I'll go talk to the parents and say, hey, you know, give you some tips on how to do a little better and what you need to do. Some of them push too hard too soon.
Yeah.
Say, hey, just relax, let this guy have fun, and then, you know, they'll carry it on. And I've seen all kinds, because this is probably the 30th year for the track series too. So I mean, we've been doing all this stuff forever. So
it's just really cool, and we'll get back to the summer track series here in a couple of seconds. But let's go down the gauntlet, because I don't know how much you're going to miss out on, but you better keep paying attention, because there's a lot of opportunities for all of you. Each month, it starts with the 27th annual Alton Road Runners Club Family Run. This is a race, walk, or run for fun event, and this is this Saturday, June the 8th, at Belk Park in Wood River. Great location for a family run.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful park out there. They got a new trail out there that is a mile long that you can go around. We have the little kids 6 and under do a quarter mile. We'll have them go out basically and come back around, make a little circle. Kids 14 will do a half a mile, and then we have a 2 mile run for adults. Or if somebody just wants to walk a mile and walk around, you know, we'll let them do whatever they want to do. It's an event for everybody. We'll have donuts out there, the lakes out there, beautiful little lake sitting there. So. And this is fantastic.
Well, and what I like is, I mean, you're up early in the morning, and I love it because families want to get going. That way
you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, we're done by 10 o'clock. We're out of there by 10. I mean, the races start early. It's as fast as you run it.
If you want to get out of there, you better run fast.
You want to have a 2 mile time in an hour, I'll wait for you. If you run it in 10 minutes and get out of there, I'll be there too. But that's what we did. And this is the shirt that they'll have for that.
Oh, it looks good. I like that.
Registration shirt for everybody. So.
Yeah. And now, when do they have to register by?
It's probably too late right now to mail it in, but they can surely show up that day, or they can still register, send in something, and they got the next 2 events coming up. But you can come out to Belk Park that morning, or they can still send something in, and we'll work it out.
How much are registration fees?
The cost for the first one you see is $5 for 14 and under. You know. T-shirt costs more than $5.
Right.
You know, and you throw a donut in there and a drink and a ribbon.
The donut was $5.
I know, and it's 10 for 15 and over. So the cost, you know, we keep it down because we understand things are tough. And that's what they've always been. This series isn't meant to make money. It's meant to introduce the sport to people and get them interested in running. That's been our thing. We've made money off the River Road Run for years to pay for all this.
Right.
Now the River Road Run's hurting, so I mean, we're kind of, you know,
using that to kind of switch it around.
Hopefully we can keep through.
Well,
keep going.
When you told me that last time around on how much it was to get the River Road just to be able to run, it was like what, 6,000? It was
just for the cones, and then you got to add another 3,000 to pay the police to.
Russ, I'm not holding out hope. I know one of my saving graces is out there watching the show today, and if someone's feeling froggy and wants to call Russ for a $10,000 donation to get the river run going, I think we'd all feel really good about that today.
You know, we're helping a lot of kids here, and it's not just Alton.
No.
Whatever reason I want to live. We have people come in from Carrollton. We have Missouri people come over. I mean, we have them from all over the area.
Well, it's a big community.
Yeah.
And it's something, Russ, I have never really understood because I'm not a runner, so I was always focused on soccer and, you know, and just going to tournaments. But whenever you see any type of event going on, in terms of running, whether it's a track and field event, cross country, just even a run, it's full. And it's not full with just folks that want to be there. I mean, there's some tried and true runners that go to a lot of these events.
And it's good people that do track and field. We had a big track meet, a big invitational, 20 schools there. When we left, there was hardly any trash at all in the stadium around. And the custodian guys come out and goes, what's going on? I said, track people clean up after their shot. So it's not like I don't want to put anything down at a football game.
I was gonna say it. I was going to say because I told my my
it's
team.
like New Orleans leaving there. It's just stuff all over the place.
I told my soccer team the other before the last game. I said, "Listen, I'm tired of it looking like a football team played on this field. I want it clean. That's it." And that's seriously the same thing I said. Sorry, football guys, but it's true. This is really cool. I mean, just going back to the 27th family run, folks, this starts at 9 a.m., but you can check in between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. at Belk Park. Half mile, 14 and under, 2 mile, 15 and over, T-shirts for all the entrance, ribbons for all, refreshments, donuts. You're looking pretty good on Saturday, June the 8th. Now, it's a little too late to mail stuff off.
Yeah.
So if you want to stop by, can they register that day and run?
Oh, yeah, surely they can come in that day. Or if you're local in the area, just give me a call. I mean, I've had people come and just drop it in my mailbox. Or I was out cutting grass the other day and picked up 2 applications while I was mowing my grass. People waving at me, and I stick it in my pocket. So
that's awesome. That's a good way to get grass done. And then filming on this. This is a big race. This is the 45th annual Youth Run.
That's one of the oldest kids races in the country.
In the country?
For just kids. I had a Road Runners Club of America Radio contact me about 10 years ago and did a little thing on the radio for them. And they said this is one of the oldest just kids races, because most of them have adults and you put kids in. Yep. This is just for kids 14 and under out at Gordon Moore Park. And
this is really cool. Now, where do they run? Where's it at Gordon Moore?
As you go in the gate, you'll see it on the right. It'll be a big. We just make it like a little horseshoe, and you'll run right there. We go out and back. And this one, we have this one down to a science because it's on a Sunday. We'll start a group, and then 1 minute later we'll start another group, and we're out of there in a half hour. I mean, we got them all.
This is profound. I love this, right? Because you're like me. You know, when it comes to events, anything sports related, any event, people want to get moving, you know?
Right. Well, it's a Sunday, and now people say, well, it's church. I said, hey, you're done and in church before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is really cool. And, you know, whenever you get some of the kids out there, I'm sure you get some that are competitive, some that are just running to run.
Right.
But it's got to be a really healthy mix that I'm guessing.
Sure it is. And like I said, we get some roadsters out there, kids that are really can really run tough. We get kids that run with their parents because they don't want to go, and parents run next to them. And, you know, that's for both of them. So
yeah.
That's a good deal.
Well, and I just think it's really cool because it shows really that there's a lot in terms of the sport of running or track and field.
It's a lifelong thing.
It is.
I saw where some woman just broke the 105-year-old age group record for the 200.
I saw that. Yeah, good for her. You know. And here I am going. I just don't have any energy to get up today. You know. But what I think, because my cousin and I were talking, she's in middle school now, Russ, and she likes to try a bunch because she's a gymnast and a soccer player, but she always likes to try something new just to try it all, you know. And she has her serious sports and then the ones that she tries, but she went out for track and field tryouts, and she loved every minute of it.
There's a job for any kid in track and field, you know.
Well, and she, honestly, Russ, it kind of surprised me because we aren't really the fastest people out there, you know.
A lot of it is just that determination, how much you want to do it.
And how many kids do you guys expect to be at Gordon Moore that day?
We usually get between 50 and 85.
I'll be darned. That's still a pretty good number.
Pretty good. We've had over the hundreds, but again, that pandemic's pushed everything back. Pushed everything back. So yeah, we've had 120. I think we've had as much as 140 out there. But
wow,
last few years it's been down some, but still the favorite few, the traditional runners that come out here and do it every year.
Well, and too, you know, the good thing is now that we're getting a couple years past the pandemic, hopefully we can start to get all those bad traits out of them.
I've noticed that in high school too. The high school team numbers are down
all across the board, Russ.
In every town,
every sport too.
Right.
And you know, that really amazes me because we were talking about that. My dad and I were just about a couple other sports, and I went, you know, never would I have thought that sports were looking for bodies.
Yeah, there's girls basketball. I mean, I keep the scoreboard, and we probably had 4 or 5 teams that didn't have a JV team, and they had the forfeit, and we played just a varsity game. You know, they had 7, 8 players. I mean, that's
well, and that's what's tough too, because then you have some squads like my middle school. We had 58 kids come out for one team, and it's like, well, only some teams have 2. How do you play them all? It's just a fascinating conversation in itself. So hopefully that does come back. But now I'm real nosy about this, and I'll be honest with you. I like the idea of a dash and glow. Are we looking
that's
at
probably one of our favorites. We'll get a nice T-shirt out there. It glows in the dark. I have a room where I got a black light. And the kids will go in there and they're just amazed because everything just glows. Their shoes, everything.
That's cool.
We have a medal that will glow with because this is the end of our series. If a kid's done all 3 of them, they'll get a medal.
Cool. So there's an incentive to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
If you do all 3 of them, that's your incentive. You get a medal. And it's not what place you get. It's you've completed the series.
It's the dedication that you went.
And then we have hot dogs and drinks. And I mean, that's when I do that run of the year banquet and we invite a few of the runners out there, we'll ask them what's their favorite run. 9 times out of 10, it'll be the Dash and Glow because, and we get we buy necklaces that glow in the dark. You know those ones.
Yeah, the snap ones. So can I tell you a funny story about the snap ones? It was 4th of July, and it was years ago. I was like 7 years old, but it was so poignant. I remember it to this day. I was sitting there walking to the van with my parents, you know, and I had those glow sticks and snapping them, and I remember my mom going, "You cannot break those open. Don't touch those. You're gonna go blind. You're gonna go blind." I swear this happened. We're walking to the car, and I saw somebody that had it, and not because they lost an eyeball, but they had something in their eye. So I assumed the guy's eye was burning out because he opened his glow stick too. I had never been more scared in my life. Now I know that, you know, you're fine if you touch them. Just don't break them open. You know, you should be pretty good.
Yeah, they make glasses and they necklaces and bracelets and I might be letting the cat out of the bag, but those things don't. When you buy them at Six Flags and stuff, they're not $10 a stick. They're a lot cheaper. You order them online.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? They're like 20 cents a stick.
I'll order cheaper than that. I want to go into business and buy me a couple boxes and just sit in the corner and sell those because
that boat race is coming up in June. You and I can make a fortune out there.
You could. Them boxes with 600 of them are like $30.
Oh, Daily Show merchandise that I can afford.
We do that for we do a night run for cross country, and we get sticks out and give it to the kids while they're running because they go in the darkest. That's the way I'll find you. Yeah. If you go down, I'll look in the ground and see something glowing up.
For folks, that's good. For folks at home, this is not a one side or the one age group specific. We got 15 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and even 50 up. This is cool for everybody.
Yes, it's for everybody.
And now, Russ, fill me in on registration. Is it any different for this event than it is others?
No.
Okay.
You can, like I said, do the whole series. You can sign up for that whole series on Saturday. You show up, or you can just come in and do whatever event you want to do.
And if you do all 3 of them, you get a medal at the end of the year.
Well, that's the medals for the little kids.
Oh, little kids. Sorry.
We got the pictures here. Some of the medal winners we put on the front here.
Oh, yeah.
Here. So, the medals are for the kids that do all 3 of them. Just kind of, and I get the biggest, gaudiest medal I could get because the bigger it is.
Fun.
But most adults don't want a big old medal. Kids.
Yeah, they want it. The bigger, the better, And so there's a half mile for the 14 and under, 1 mile for the 15 and over, and then a 4th mile for 6 and under.
Yeah, we always do. And this one's on the track at East Alton Woodward High School.
Okay.
We'll do a lap for the little kids, do 2 laps for 7 to 14, and you'll do a mile run or walk if somebody chooses to walk it for the adults.
Now, I just think this is really cool. This starts at 7:30 p.m. And what time do you guys normally wrap this one up by?
This doesn't take too long either. Probably 8:30, 8:45. I mean, by the time the kids races, you're talking 5-6 minutes apiece.
Right.
And then the adults are 10. If somebody walks it, 15 minutes. Somebody runs it a little faster.
That is just so cool, man. I mean, I really like the whole series. This is a great opportunity, and even if you've never ran before, take the moment.
Just come out and cheer people on, and I'm not going to check your ID if you won't get a hot dog or a donut if you you don't have a kid. I'm not inviting everybody to come out and eat free on this, but if you want to come out and if you want to donate, I'll get you a job. There's somewhere you can stand But the little kids who always need somebody to show them which way to go. Yeah. If that lead rabbit goes off, you're in trouble. Everybody will just follow.
You ain't a kid in there. That is the truth.
I've had that happen.
And folks, honestly, I do this every time, but I hardly do this for a lot of groups, but I love doing it for yours, Russ, because I really like the Road Runners. The history of it and how important it is for the area and how many people get involved in it. I'm going to show you. We're going to go on the screen here now. This is altonroadrunners.org. You just type that in, but there's also a donate to the club button. And if you have the opportunity to, I encourage you to check it out. And you can hit donate now. It takes you right to where you need to go. You see my mouse under here, folks. There's a donate button. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit if it lets me. There you go. A donate button. Donate now. You click on it and you can help support the Road Runners and that Great River Road Run coming up in November. That's just a great opportunity to do so, and just keep up the great work, man. I love chatting with you. Did I tell you my mile time? I never did. When I was in high school, when I was running or on the soccer team, my mile time was a 4:47.
See, if you'd been in my high school, you'd been running track too.
With that being said, Russ, is there anything else I'm forgetting about right now?
No, I mean, I just encourage people to come out and do this. I mean, it is fun. It's great for the kids. And it's a time for mom and dad and kids to be together.
And that's what
a lot of times you'll drop your kid off. They're going to play. You can do this, and we're there for an hour and a half.
Yep.
And that's with some free eats, and then you leave.
And well, it's needed because there's not a lot of opportunities for that. It becomes daycare in a lot of spots, but this really is a family come out and enjoy.
And then be a positive. That's one of the things I tell my people, and I have some great volunteers. Be positive to these kids. Encourage, pat them on the back, tell them keep going from the front to the back. You know?
100%. And now, starting this Thursday, June the 6th, registration at 6 p.m. Competitions begin at 6:30 for the Summer Track Series, where you guys can be a part of this June the 6th, 13th, 20th, and the 27th. Cost for 14 and under, $4 per night, or $12 for the entire series. 15 and over, $5 every Thursday, or $15 for the entire series. You got a family of runners like we talked about earlier, you're paying $40 for the entire series, and I just think it's great.
A family couldn't eat at McDonald's for $40.
Shoot, man. 40. You go to McDonald's with a family of four, there's a mortgage line where you can refinance now.
Now, we got our website they can go to if they need any of this information, altonroadrunners.org.
Yep, altonroadrunners.org. That was part of the site I just saw. You can see all that information. Make sure you're registered, and we'll link it all in our write-up that Dan's doing today. Russ, I seriously appreciate every time I talk to you because it just always a blast, seriously.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I'm out of time today, actually, believe it or not. So I'll see you tomorrow. Daily show's over today, but we're back here on a Wednesday, and we're getting through the week. So on that note, enjoy your day. Enjoy some of the cloudiness, I guess, because it's going to storm tomorrow. And most importantly, as always, just try your best to stay out of jail.
He said